Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Today I would like to talk about five famous novels written by Scottish authors. I'm sure you'll have heard of some of them, but others might be new for you. So let's have a look. So number one, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or it's also known as Jekyll and Hyde. So Jekyll and Hyde was written by Scottish author Robert Louis Stevenson, who also wrote the famous book Treasure Island. So it was first published in 1886 and is a Gothic novella that's had such a huge impact that in language nowadays the phrase Jekyll and Hyde is widely used to refer to a person who has a dual personality. Number two is Trainspotting. So I actually mentioned the film Trainspotting in a video when I spoke about Scottish movies. However, it was originally a book written by Irvine Welsh, published in 1993. So Trainspotting is set in Leith in Edinburgh in the 80s and focuses on a group of youngsters who use heroin. So the book shows the tough realities of some parts of Scotland in that era. So it highlights deep social issues such as poverty, unemployment, and drug usage. However, it is a really good book, and there's some funny parts in it as well. So the book is great, and also the film, as I've mentioned before. Number three is one I'm sure you've all heard of as well. It's very well known, and it's The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So this was written by Arthur Conan Doyle in 1892, or published in 1892, and it was 12 short stories following the detective Sherlock Holmes. So this has been adapted into screenplays and films, and it's very famous. But if you haven't read it, I definitely recommend it. Okay, number four is The Cone Gatherers. I imagine you probably haven't heard of this. So The Cone Gatherers was written by Robin Jenkins, published in 1955. So the book is set in the Scottish Highlands during the Second World War, and the story follows two brothers who are sent to gather seed cones to replant after a forest was cut down. So it's a very moving story about endurance and human suffering. So if that sounds good to you, well, I definitely recommend you. Okay, and number five is The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. So this was written by Muriel Spark and published in 1961. So the book is set in an all-girls Scottish school in the 1930s, and it focuses on the teacher Miss Jean Brodie. So Jean Brodie is an unconventional teacher and a free-spirited one as well, who encourages her students to learn about love and art rather than hard facts. However, this attracts the attention of the headmistress, and not in a good way. So this book has been adapted into film as well, and it's a very well known and loved film. So it's definitely very good, and I recommend that too. So let's just recap them. So number one was Jekyll and Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Number two, Trainspotting by Irvine Welsh. Number three, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. Number four, The Cone Gatherers by Robin Jenkins. And number five, The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie by Muriel Spark. So if you're interested in more books to read and you're interested in reading one by a Scottish author, then choose between those five, at least one, and enjoy. Okay.